Hi guys, this is Chris here, and I just wanted to make this quick video to show you my thought process when it comes to actually choosing a book to base our book around, and how to get ideas when it comes to writing our description and writing the titles for our books. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what I'm thinking when I'm picking out these books. Okay, so you might be confused as to why I'm coming across to the Kindle store. Just find the Kindle store and typing in just recipes. This isn't a necessity. You don't have to just type recipes. The reason why I do type just recipes for the recipe niche is because I use it as a starting point, and that's all it is, a starting point. If you're interested in something a little more specific, like beer recipes, then that could be your starting point, and then you could follow the process from there. But for me, I like to keep things extremely general, and I just want to get straight in and find recipe books and go from there. So I'm just going to type in recipes and go from there. Okay, so this is my second point in this phase of finding a sub niche. So when it comes to recipes, the thing that you need to bear in mind is that a lot of the time people who buy recipes on the Kindle book, they want the recipes to be easy. They're buying on the Kindle because it's easy to get hold of. You know, they don't have to go down the shop and buy a recipe book. They come straight to the Amazon store and buy a book. They want things easy, and no doubt that they want their recipes to be easy and quick as well. So if you can find recipes that are easy and quick, then that's even better. That is something that you definitely want to look at. So straight away I can find something here, number 4, which is easy vegetarian recipes, and straight off the bat that is something that I would definitely consider emulating. Okay, so what I can do now is I'm going to come and click on this book here. Okay, and what I can do is I can write this would go straight down into one of my initial ideas. It would be easy vegetarian recipes. You can take that and have that as an idea, a set idea, or you can go from here and use this as another starting point and come down to the customers who bought this item also bought section here. So a recurring theme that you will see here is that people will like to, they will put books up that involve words such as easy and quick, because like I just said, these books are designed for people who want to make things quickly and who are busy, and like I said, that's why they buy them on the Kindle. Okay, so let's use this book as an example. Let's just say if I was going to make a book on vegetarian recipes myself, the first thing that I'm going to do is to always make sure that you put yourself in the shoes of someone who will be buying the book that you're thinking about having created. So if we're going to have an easy vegetarian recipe book created, and we're going to come and think about, when it comes to thinking about our title for the book, we're going to want to think about those people who are buying this book. Don't think about yourself. Don't think what you would like to see in the title of the book, what would draw you in. Think what might draw them in. And this is what I'm always thinking about when I'm on these type of pages. I'm thinking, well, if it's easy vegetarian recipe, what can I do to actually speak to my target audience and say, this is the book that you want to click on. You're going to want to visit this page and take a look around and hopefully buy my product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and speak to the people, vegetarians obviously, who are interested in this book. Okay, so if we take a look at this Word document here, I'm going to try and come up with a title very quickly off the top of my head as to what I would actually do. So like I said, first things first, is a vegetarian book. We want to get that across to the readers here. And like I said before, any recipe book that you have made, you should probably have it designed so that it's going to be real. That recipes are easy to make, they're quick to make, and you don't have to pay much money to have them made. So first off, I would probably have something like quick and easy Okay, so start of my book, my title for my book would be Quick and Easy Vegetarian Recipes, and then, you know, whilst that narrows it down to people who are interested in quick and easy vegetarian recipes, we're going to want to take it one step further, and we're going to want to narrow things down even more. So what I would do is probably, to make it sound even more appealing, is to say something like, quick and easy vegetarian recipes, the top 30 delicious recipes for vegetarians. Okay, so this is actually, in my opinion, a better title than what this person has done, because we're saying to them it's quick and easy, and quick and easy is always a huge factor when people buy books off of the Amazon Kindle store. We're telling them that there's going to be, we've included the top 30 recipes, that they're delicious, and obviously if you're a vegetarian, you're going to probably realize that you're not going to get the best tasting meals in the world. You're not going to have that variety to choose from, unlike people who eat meat. So for them to find something that is going to be delicious is going to be very, very appealing, because quite honestly, vegetarian recipes aren't that great, but you can definitely find some. And if you can find 30 of them, then you're going to have yourself a very good selling book. Okay, and again, we just reiterate that it's recipes for vegetarians. So that's my exact thought process when it comes to having a title made. I'm going to talk about the description very shortly. In fact, I'll do that now. When it comes to the description, like here, I don't particularly like their description. It's not very good, but oh dear, what have I done? What you're going to want to do, what I do with any recipe book that I have made, is to either put one whole recipe in there that I've done, that I've had made, and just put it in the description and show everyone the type of quality that you're talking about. Some people might even go and make that, then come back and then buy the book. You don't know. You want to give people an example of what's inside the book. Or if you don't want to give away a recipe, what you can do is list out you can list out all the names of the recipes. So if you've got 30 recipes, you can list them all out in the book description. And what that does, it makes your book look like it's got a whole lot of value in it, because that will take up quite a bit of space in the book description, and people are going to think that they're going to get a lot of content in the book, which they will. So what I'm going to do now quickly, just to show you a bit more on the description, is to write one myself very quickly for what I would do if I had the quick and easy vegetarian recipe blah 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 made. Okay, so what I would do, I will quickly pause it and show you what I would have done. Okay, so the first thing you need to do when it comes to the description, although the description isn't the most important part, but you're still going to want to make it to hopefully increase your sales even by that little bit. It makes all the difference. So the first thing that I would normally do when it comes to trying to grab someone's attention is do the whole 3 stars, then a space, and then type in something related to your title and your target audience. Again, so as you can see here, I've just typed out what I'd have at the start of my description. Again, what I've tried to do is actually speak to my target audience, and obviously vegetarians. I've pretty much put the same as I've put up here in my description. The top 30 delicious vegetarian, spelt wrong, vegetarian recipes for vegetarians bored of boring food. Okay, so again, we're talking out to them saying, look, if you're bored of boring food, which is what you might be experiencing if you're only eating non-meat food, then this is something that you're going to want to get into and have a look. So with this, I'm always thinking about what my buyer, my target audience, is going to be interested in. Nothing else, not what I'm interested in, not what anyone else is interested in other than my target audience. Okay, and that's vegetarians. And then as for the rest of the description, you don't have to get too in detail as to anything. You don't really have to introduce yourself. I've never found that making much difference in my sales. I just go ahead and type out or copy and paste from my book the recipe names. Okay, Okay, so what I've done here as the next part of the description is put here's what you get inside and give people a little taster of what they're going to get inside the book. So obviously you'd have 30 of these. I'm just typing out 2 just to do an example. Vegetarian spelled wrong again. Is to actually make your meals, when you have them named, is to actually name them interesting meals, have them sounding interesting and tasty. So don't just put vegetable omelette. You're going to want to have something like delicious vegetable soup. Okay, make it sound delicious, make it sound, appealing to the person who's going to be buying it. They think they're going to be getting delicious recipes, which they will, so make them sound delicious. And if I'm a vegetarian who is looking for a quick and easy vegetarian recipe book with delicious recipes, I'm going to want to buy something that sounds absolutely delicious and I'm going to enjoy eating. Okay, so always make sure that your recipes sound fantastic. Okay, so now that I've actually spoken about my thought process when it comes to finding the right book for me, a book that sells, and what to have as the title and description, I'm going to try and show an example now in the adult niche. So again, if you don't want to see anything in the adult niche, then turn off now, but if you do, then carry on watching it. And this is exactly what my thought process is when it comes to having making an adult book. Okay, so as we did before, I'm just going to come across to the Kindle store option at the top and type in erotica. Again, this is just being used as a starting point, nothing more, nothing less. It's just something to get us going to find the niches that we're interested in. Okay, so I didn't explain this too well in the previous video, but when it comes to the erotica, you will find that you come across books like this: Stolen, Casey's Night In, Sensual Pleasures Volume 1, blah 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 blah, stuff like that. And it's all so vague that you can't actually get a hold of it and say, well, what is the sub niche here? What is, how can I get an idea from this good selling book here? And the reality is that you can't get an idea what the book is unless you come inside of it and find out what the book is actually about. So you might want to check out the description here and try and find out, what the subject of this adult book is. And from this, I can't see what it's about. I mean, what I can conclude from this is that the author is just a good seller. They're selling this purely based upon who the author is. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to find. So we want to find is a book that's selling well, that shows us what its sub-niche is. And unlike those first few books, we couldn't see what its sub-niche was. We know that it's erotica, we know it's a good niche to be in, but we don't know what its sub-niche is. So we're going to want to find something like this here, something like it rough, okay? So I think it's quite obvious to tell from the title alone what type of book it's going to be, just by looking at the title, Some Like It Rough. Moving on to another example, we can see this one here. It even tells us, it's got a good score, 22, we know that. It even tells us in brackets here what its sub-niche is, and that's BDSM erotica. Okay, so automatically from that is that I can see that BDSM in the adult niche is going to be a good selling type of book. Okay, again on this page, I just come across to the next page. I've come down to this one here. Again, they've put it in brackets: erotic romance, romantic comedy. Okay, so it's pretty easy to tell from this listing that the book is all about erotic romance, a romantic comedy. Okay, so if you can have a romantic comedy made, you can do as well as this person here. It's not that hard. Okay, so let's say that I was going to have myself a romantic comedy book made, which we know sells well. What I would want to do to make sure that it sells as well as it can is to again target the audience in my title. So this is slightly different to your recipe books, because you're actually going to have to think of a name for your book, and that's the first thing that you're going to put in the title. Okay, so I've gone with a funny romance, and for me that's going to be a good title because it already talks to our target audience, and by telling them that it's going to be a funny romance. And as for the next section on the title, I've gone with a short romantic novel because our books will be short. And then I've just included at the end, for busy women only. Again, we're targeting our audience, which is going to be women for the erotica on those books. It's always women we want to target. They're probably going to be busy, so I've spoken to them and said, this is for you. Okay, I hope that's made you understand the process a little better.